Some of the oldest and holiest texts in Hinduism can be found in a collection of Sanskrit texts known as the Vedas. Scholars and spiritual seekers have studied these texts for centuries, but we still don't know everything there is to know about them. Hymns, prayers, and rituals made up the Vedas, and they were passed down orally for centuries before being written down in Sanskrit. The Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, and Atharvaveda are the four primary Vedas. Even though each Veda is organized and contains different information, they are all revered as holy scripture by Hindus. The Vedas' origins are a mystery. Scholars generally agree that the Vedas were written between 1500 BCE and 500 CE, but this exact date is unclear. Sages and seers in Hinduism were said to have received the Vedas as a divine revelation, and this has led to the belief that the Vedas are eternal. The Vedas have another name, Ruti, which means, that which is heard, because they were originally transmitted through a system of recitation and memorization. Yet another enigma is the Vedic language. Sanskrit, the language in which the Vedas were originally composed, is no longer spoken today. Sanskrit is revered for its lyrical beauty and linguistic precision, but its complexity and high structure make it difficult to learn. The Vedas were composed in a form of Sanskrit called Vedic Sanskrit, which is distinct from the classical Sanskrit used in later Hindu texts. Scholars have been fascinated by the Vedas and their study of their language and structure for centuries. Yet another unsolved puzzle is what exactly is in the Vedas. The Vedas are a treasure trove of knowledge about ancient Hinduism's cosmology, metaphysics, and even the mythology of the Hindu pantheon and the rituals and ceremonies performed in their honor. Hymns and prayers found in the Vedas are still regularly recited in Hindu homes and worship centers today. Scholars often disagree on how to make sense of certain Vedic passages, and the extent to which they should be taken literally. The Vedas' mysterious allure stems in no small part from the allegory and metaphor that permeate their texts. The Vedas are full of allegory and metaphor, which are used to explain abstract ideas in philosophy and religion. The Rigveda, for instance, has hymns that portray the cosmos as a sacrifice, with the gods and goddesses performing the ritual and the elements of space-time serving as the offering. The Samaveda details how to play the music used in Vedic rituals, while the Yajurveda details how to conduct sacrifices. Due to their esoteric nature, the Vedas are also shrouded in mystery. It was the Brahmin caste's responsibility to perform the Vedic rituals and ceremonies, so only members of the Brahmin caste were allowed to read and understand the Vedas. It was only through a system of oral transmission from teacher to student that the Vedas could be preserved and spread from generation to generation, as they were regarded as sacred texts containing sacred knowledge. The Vedas, for all their obscurity and difficulty, remain a cornerstone of Hinduism. Buddhism and Jainism are just two examples of religions and philosophies that owe something to the Vedas. In conclusion, the Vedas' enigmas never cease to enthrall and perplex academics and spiritual explorers. Many mysteries surround the Vedas, including their origin and language, as well as their symbolism and esoteric nature. The Vedas have been an integral part of human spirituality and culture for thousands of years, but their depth and mystery may be their most enduring qualities. And what other mysteries and insights might the Vedas still hold? Time, along with continued research and thought, may be the only thing that can shed light on the situation.